The Yankees could be about to make moves that will shake up the MLB offseason. From strategic trades to potential big-name reinforcements for the infield, the team is looking for solutions that could transform the lineup and directly impact the race in the AL East. If you're a Yankees fan, stay tuned because these decisions could define the team's playoff season. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on rumors and signing for the Bronx. We are approaching the final stretch of the 2025 regular season, and for many, the saga of Brian Cashman, the general manager of the New York Yankees, has been a target of constant criticism. The man who oversees one of the most iconic franchises in American baseball is frequently questioned. But does he really deserve all the backlash? Recently, a baseball legend, Jim Palmer, Hall of Famer and former Baltimore Orioles player, offered a different perspective on Cashman's moves. Palmer praised the general manager's work, saying he should be considered GM of the Year, emphasizing that Cashman gave the Yankees exactly what they needed to stay competitive. Over the course of the season, the Yankees made 8 trades before the MLB trade deadline, but still failed to surpass the Toronto Blue Jays in the race for the top of the American League East. New York enters the final week of the regular season 2 games behind Toronto, but maintains a comfortable 4-game lead in the wild card standings. According to Fangraphs, the Yankees have a 100% chance of making the postseason, with an 86% chance of qualifying as a wild card and 14% as division champions. These numbers show that, despite all the controversy, the team remains alive, competitive, and ready for the playoffs. Brian Cashman, despite however, still playing at a high level, has not been idle during represents this run. A short-term. He went to market to strengthen both the bullpen and position players, bringing in names that impacted the roster's dynamics. David Bednar stood out as a reliable pitcher, providing consistency in critical situations, while Jake Bird added depth to the pitching rotation. Young and highly talented Camilo Doval show the ability to generate key strikeouts. In the infield, Jose Caballero began playing a strategic role at shortstop, influencing defensive plays and quick transitions. Wilber Santopena brought versatility to the outfield, offering additional options for Cashman to rotate positions and adjust offensive lines. While some of these moves had mixed results, Bednar and Caballero stand out as pillars of the team currently leading the race for the American League wild card. In addition to these additions, Cashman also brought in other reinforcements before the deadline. Austin Slater, a solid outfielder, proved accurate with his arm and reliable in high-pressure situations. Ryan McMahon at third base continues to pay dividends with his combination of power and defensive timing, while Aim Rosario adds consistency and quality to the infield. These moves not only fill gaps, but also create essential strategic depth for the team. This depth allows a manager to rotate lines and rest players without compromising overall performance, a crucial advantage in decisive series moments. One point that drew significant attention this season was the attempt to re-sign Juan Soto. The outfielder, who received a record-breaking 15-year, $765 million contract from the New York Mets, ultimately slipped away from the Yankees. Jim Palmer believes that, paradoxically, this worked in New York's favor. Paying $50 million per year for Soto could have limited other strategic moves, compromising Cashman's flexibility to strengthen more critical areas. Instead, the Yankees redirected their resources and focus to signing elite left-hander Max Fried and outfielder Cody Bellinger, capable of impacting both offense and defense. Without these additions, the season could have been far more complicated. The bullpen's depth is another point worth highlighting. Bednar, Bird, and Doval form a combination that allows the manager to adjust the lineup depending on opponents and game situations. Bednar, often used in critical innings, has proven reliable when the margin for error is minimal. Caballero at shortstop provides defensive security and agility in double plays, while McMahon strengthens third base with precision and batting power. This combination creates balanced offensive lines, capable of alternating between aggressive attacks and protecting leads, making the roster much more prepared than many critics believe. For those who enjoy comparisons, Ryan McMahon resembles Chris Bryant in his early years, offering solid defense and consistent production at the plate. Caballero provides the same defensive reliability as Francisco Lindor, but without the burden of an extremely expensive contract. Players like Slater and DePena add an important psychological factor. Motivated, resilient young players capable of handling the pressure of decisive series without compromising team performance. Looking ahead to the playoffs, the question is how these players will perform in high-pressure games. Cashman's bullpen has the potential to decide key matches, while Caballero and McMahon should maintain defensive consistency in critical moments. Fried and Bellinger, on the other hand, could become the offensive difference makers in elimination games, ensuring the Yankees' attack remains competitive. Jim Palmer summed it up well. Cashman deserves recognition for the work done, as he has built a roster that combines depth, strategy, and talent, even without relying on the most expensive stars in the market. As the season approaches its climax, attention turns to the race against the Blue Jays. Every move, every tactical decision, and every individual performance can be decisive. The Yankees have the talent, depth, and strategic planning to aim high, and the balance of veterans and young players further increases this potential. The road to the World Series is still long, but the team seems ready to face the challenges and demonstrate that Cashman's management, even criticized by many, is working. So, Yankees fans, the final question is whether Brian Cashman really saved the season, or if there is still room for doubt. The stakes are high, but every move made so far seems to have been calculated with surgical precision, balancing risk and reward, talent and budget. What we can do now is watch closely the final games of the regular season and the playoffs, analyzing bullpen performance, defensive consistency, and offensive production that could determine the franchise's fate in the 2025 season. Meanwhile, it's worth reflecting on Jim Palmer's words, who saw beyond the criticism and recognized Cashman's strategy. Perhaps it's time for many critics to rethink their opinions, while the fans keep their hope and anticipation alive to see the Yankees in action in the most decisive moments of American baseball. News 2. Imagine this scene. We are in the middle of the MLB offseason, and rumors are circulating at full speed. Bo Bichette, the shortstop for the Toronto Blue Jays, one of the most consistent stars in the American League, could be about to change uniforms. For 7 seasons, Bichette has been the heart of Toronto's offensive lineup, earning 2 All-Star selections and twice leading the league in hits. But now, with extension talks failing to materialize, the young Canadian is approaching free agency, and one of baseball's most iconic franchises, the New York Yankees, emerges as one of the most likely destinations. Bichette's potential departure puts Toronto in a delicate position. Losing such a central player could weaken the team while simultaneously benefiting a direct rival. This season, Bichette leads the American League with an impressive 181 hits, proving that he is not just a standout player, but a true offensive cornerstone. His consistency and ability to deliver reliable results make him an extremely valuable asset, and his upcoming free agency promises to be one of the most talked about storylines of the winter. Among the teams expected to pursue him, the Yankees appear near the top of the list. According to Zach Presnell from Sports Illustrated, New York will be the ideal destination for Bichette. With Anthony Volpe struggling through a disappointing season, signing Bichette would address one of the team's biggest problems, the shortstop position. For the Yankees, this is not just about filling a gap, but adding a player who can immediately impact the lineup and weaken a direct rival, turning the move into a multi-layered strategic victory. The reasoning behind the Yankees' interest is clear. Volpe, once seen as the team's future at shortstop, has failed to meet expectations still playing at a high level in 2023. Represents a short-term. His 2025 season has been particularly difficult, both at the plate and in the field, leaving the team searching for immediate stability. Bo Bichette, while not considered an elite defender, offers an offensive boost that outweighs any defensive trade-off. For the Yankees, every hit and every at-bat from Bichette would represent an immediate upgrade in a critical part of the lineup, something that could determine key playoff games. If the Yankees pursue this signing, the benefits would be multiple. Adding Bichette would mean bringing in a proven offensive producer at a premium position, replacing Volpe without major risk, weakening a direct rival, and sending a clear message of ambition to the entire American League. It is a strategic move that combines immediate need with long-term impact, designed to strengthen not only the team, but also the image of a franchise historically unafraid of making big moves. As the offseason approaches, Bo Bichette is becoming one of the most sought-after names on the free agent market. For the Yankees, historically known for not hesitating to make major acquisitions, this could be the perfect opportunity to reinforce the infield while weakening the competition. His consistency, star-level production, and proven track record make him a high-value asset capable of transforming the team's dynamics and significantly boosting their chances of success in the AL East. As the rumors intensify, Yankees fans are already imagining the impact Bichette could have on the lineup. His arrival would bring energy, skill, and reliability, complementing both veteran and young talent, creating a balance that could be decisive in the playoffs. Every hit, every defensive play, and every moment at the plate will be watched closely, not only by New York fans, but by the entire league, turning a potential signing into one of the most discussed events of the offseason. Ultimately, the potential acquisition of Bo Bichette is not just about filling a gap in the infield. It's a complete strategy, consolidating the team, sending a message to rivals, and preparing the Yankees to compete at the highest level. His proven ability and consistency could be the difference the franchise needs to turn challenges into opportunities and compete at full strength in every game of the next season. As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on Bichette and the decisions that could reshape the landscape of the AL East. For New York, every step in this direction is calculated. Every move is strategic, and every fan can start imagining what it would be like to see a star like Bichette in the Bronx, ready to write a new chapter in Yankees history. The Yankees have shown they are not afraid to shake up the roster and strengthen strategic positions, whether with targeted signings or pursuing big-name talent. These moves could define the team's future in the AL East and make the playoff race even more exciting. And you, Yankees fan, what do you think about these potential moves? Which of these acquisitions could make the biggest difference for the season? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to follow all the news, rumors, and detailed analysis of the Bronx Bombers. Keep a close eye on every step toward the playoffs.